Did you see the pair that got hauled into tires? Did you see that? There's talk of these skies driving men mad. Put the highlights on. Otter. The road, as long as you look past the fat storms out of mother crystals in the skies and run. He's with your uncle from the Free Cities. Set an hour way, wind them up when the winds turn foul. Good. Well, that depends on you. Right, fine. What do you suggest we do?
Oh, no, I'm just a messenger. I live the scheme until it could be that Lady Vivian and Old Tomes have their own soul. Could be that they don't.
I suppose not.
How is it that every one of your little excursions, not that you are to blame for the Dominion's fate?
I'm sorry I couldn't save your...
My countrymen are stronger than you think.
I hope so.
Look at us. Tempting though it may be, so...
You believe there's one?
I don't know. But...
Beneath these darkened skies, fear and confusion reign over Valisthea. Oh, the lands around the fallen Mother Crystals had already begun to wilt for want of ether. But not like this. Crystals that filled wells and fueled furnaces. Now nothing but pretty shards of rock. And those that hang from the people's necks cast nary a glimmer of light to keep the dark at bay. It is only a matter of time before the common folk convince themselves that the end of days is upon us. Yet I fear a swift end is more than we can hope for. While most of the world thirsts for ether, the remainder drowns in it, spawning Akashic in droves. And amidst the hordes of mindless beasts, with magics as like to fail as function, even the strongest nation would falter. Rosaria and the Iron Kingdom teeter on the brink of collapse, while the tragedy in Twinside has all but paralyzed the Holy Empire. Dalmekia fares little better. Rumor has it the ministers fled the capital after the fall of Drake's Fang, leaving their beloved republic to crumble. Waloed, meanwhile, moves in earnest. The Einherjar has been sighted off-storm. The world, in short, is in chaos. It would seem our civilization was nothing but a castle of sand, to be washed away at the whim of the waves.
A castle of sand.
Not my best flourish, but it seemed fitting. The reports I've received are considerably more blunt in their appraisal. Without the protection of their nations, it will fall to the people to defend themselves against those who would take what is theirs.
Which is only ever going to end one way.
Defending a farmhouse against a band of chocobo thieves is one thing, but pitchforks and palisades will do little to stall an army's advance. Should the King of Waloed deign to invade, there would be none to stop him.
None but us.
Let me guess. You're here about the skies.
Is there anything you don't know, Lawsman?
It doesn't take a court astrologer to augur the obvious. As for what has disturbed the heavens, that, I believe, is a question the Fallen might be better placed to answer than I. And on the 6th day did the gods tear the sun from the firmament, visiting darkness upon their prideful sons and daughters. But I dare say you remember your childhood lessons on the sins of Zemeckis only too well.
You think they're connected? That Ultima was one of the gods responsible?
Well, he has certainly exhibited powers that we mortals would associate with the divine.
There is nothing divine about him.
But he wouldn't be the first god of whom that could be said, now would he? Yet for all the fairy tales that tell of the sins, there is almost nothing in the way of actual historical accounts. Had I the Journal of Moss the Chronicler, I may have been able to tell you more, but alas, I fear all remaining copies have been lost to time. You will forgive me, I hope?
Certainly not. Because there is nothing to forgive. Even without this journal, you've provided us ample wisdom. And we will always be grateful for it. Perhaps Otto will be more inclined to share his thoughts when he hears what the others had to say.
Seems that.
Clive, we have a problem.
Only one. That would be a first.
It would. We had as many owls arrive while you were at the shell. Martha's got a Kashik out her gates and talk of monsters roaming the hills outside.
And don't forget Dalimil. Lubor says the village...
When it rains.
It fucking pours. The curse breakers us. And even if I could get word to all of them, I doubt they get, which means...
Jill and I.
Let them know we're on our way.
First we find Isabel.
Heard a bloke saying he saw ghosts on the far side of the wall.
Ghosts?
I saw it with my own eyes. Whole of Orif.
Four left for more on the captain's orders.
The two soldiers were carrying another.
More arrived from the captain.
My lord,
We received the dame's mess. There have been sightings of strange...
with the blue eyes. They've taken so many.
Akashic.
And what of your mistress?
Oh, no.
Then we'll look for her there.
do it.
Madame, please!
Half the garrison's been slaughtered by those things. We lost the...
We've tried requesting reinforcements. What more would you have us do?
I would have you do your duty. Those at the Vale look to me for protection, and protect them I shall. In case you have forgotten, the people of this town, but more than that, your sisters, so you have a choice. Lay down your sword and watch as they are slaughtered, or take it up.
She speaks the truth, you know. This here is the...
What we have left is our lives!
Not if we don't have to. Look. I'll have a word with them.
Ah, Clive. I didn't...
It was a noble effort, but I thought you might still need some support.
I'd like you to what we need to the way the survivors speak of... and perhaps they did.
Don't leave me, Pa.
You're a pikeman, yes?
I've got family in Moor. I heard the flood was spreading, so a pack of them glowing things found me in the meadow.
Leave that to us.
My family. They're still
It's all right. Did you see the creature?
Creatures? They came out of nowhere.
Do you remember where you were?
On the road from Oriflamme.
It's all right. At least we have an idea of where the thralls might be now. We should... head for more.
I assume you have a plan?
Need to find out.
It was all they could do to escape.
Clive, look!
I see them. With me!
Should I prime?
Save your strength. Titan! Well done, Tokar.
Do you think there are more?
There are always more. But I'd say we've done what we can for the time being.
Then we should let Isabel know.
You have the towns?
Don't thank us yet. There will be more.
Oh, we shall. Isn't that right?
Yes.
Philippe here has convinced most of the men to...
Hearing that the Dane would look kindly on any man... It's not the most selfless of most... Now me, I never needed... And the people I love, include the ones standing...
Handsome and chivalrous.
Now, if you don't...
Lest you wonder, I'm not foolish enough to, but it has solved one.
This man's gonna die if we don't get him to a healer.
Martha.
And you, Clive.
Otto said he'd been attacked by a cache.
Those skies are what happened. There were hundreds of them. Tried to storm the hill. The rest are still down there now. What do you think?
That we join the...
I thought you'd never... Now, where I need you is the Fallen. Let the men know you've come to help.
We're on our way.
Do you think there were as many as Martha says?
More.
You don't think they've abandoned us, do you?
barricades we've set up around the town won't hold the Akashic back for long.
Clive, wounded.
We deal with the Akashic first.
These men don't have the look of hired swords.
If you've come to rob this place.
You are mistaken, my Lord Rosfield. We're here by Madame Martha's leave.
How do you know my name?
Forgive me, my lord. There wasn't time for introductions.
Wade's men? Where is your commander?
Sir Wade left earlier with a scout.
Did he? Take your wounded back to Martha. We'll see your look.
And to think you took them for thieves. A fine reward for holding off the horde, that is.
When did Wade and his men arrive?
Not long after Rosalith fell. The Guardians asked me to shelter some of them that had lost their homes. They were making ready to leave just as the skies turned, and we agreed it was best we stuck together.
Martha! Trouble! The scouting party's almost at the lift, but they got a pack of Akashic snapping at their heels! And they've got wounded with them! They're not gonna make it!
Damn it all.
We'll worry about them, Martha.
You look after everyone here. If any can still fight, send them to the lift.
I will. You two be safe now.
My brothers.
Mad dogs.
Squire, I need you to get those who can... But what about... I didn't, sir.
Sir Wade.
Lord Rosfield.
If Martha seemed to think you might need some help, and by the looks of it...
We thought we could sneak by them, but we didn't know there would be so many.
Behind you!
Damn it!
Do you think we can hold them?
We can certainly try. Are you with us, Sir Wade?
Always.
Then let's do our duty.
Is anyone hurt?
I don't...
And yet again, you've...
I see you're all in...
Martha!
Is something wrong?
The lookout saw smoke coming from down.
A second hole.
Feel like finishing the...
Always.
Jill and I will make for east. You'll need to move the injured...
Don't you worry about...
The moment my men are safe, I'll...
They're headed for the rest.
We have to slow them down. Martha and the others won't be ready.
Something's coming.
Apologies, my lord. Did I miss anything?
Only the first round, so wait. Shall we? Do you see any more?
No.
But it won't be long before the next lot arrive.
Then we make for Martha's while we can.
What did you find out there?
The same as Sir Wade.
Well, wherever they came from, they're gone. Hopefully we'll have enough time to...
How many of your men were injured?
A damn sight less than if you had...
It was a hard-fought victory. It's not a matter of if the Horde will... The inn here affords a good view.
What do you say, Martha?
Well, when you put it...
My lord. Oscar?
It is... I am Oscar.
Murdoch.
Oh, he didn't. But his brother, my father...
Well, go on, then.
Yes, so... If it please you, I would learn the duties of a shield from the...
But I am a shield no longer, and spending time in the company of an outlaw.
My Aunt Hannah once told me that you have accomplished much since taking on the mantle, and I would sooner serve under... not that Sir Wade and the...
It's all right. There is only so much the boy can...
But a squire...
Would that really be so? You were a squire once?
Know that I'll show you as much leniency.
I would not have it any... I will not let you down, Lord Rosfield. You...
Sid. Should I be worried?
Jill. Clive.
All lies, I'm...
Your Stolas said that Dalamil has...
Indeed. Although, you're a little late. Any idea where they went?
The desert's a big but. The fact is...
What did you say to me?
Ah, as if by magic. Let's just say we've... And at this rate, it won't be the actions of... I've tried reasoning with a
Perhaps we could talk.
What makes you think they'll listen to her?
What makes you think they won't?
She makes a fair point, Sid. And you... Suppose we just follow the shouting.
You wouldn't talk like that if it had been your men whose throats were slit. We hire mercenaries and have them mount the band.
And what happens when those mercenaries... We're better off using that coin to buy food, and you cannot fill.
But what happens when they come back?
That's enough. Any more of this and I'll throw you. Come back when you're ready.
Victor. What's he doing here?
Sid.
I was about to ask you this.
Costness is in chaos. The Briar's Kiss here in Dallas. I was here to do just that when Master Lubo...
Who are those people?
Those were the thorns in Luke's. These are cursed scum or an entire...
We're still working on the skies. Perhaps we can find a solution to...
I hope so.
So, what I saw was a room full of people, but if left to smolder. My thoughts exactly. What to do? Both sides wish to protect their homes, and...
And if there's one thing bandits...
What would Sid the...
Well... He'd let them choose for themselves.
That sounds like a recipe for disaster.
A recipe for disaster. While it's plain neither Conrad nor Natalie, it may still be possible to make... Before presenting them with...
And that would be?
To pool our resources.
When all that fear and...
It appears we have a plan of... Victor, pay Conrad a visit.
As you wish.
Don't worry, Victor and I will do... Play along.
What he means to say is yes.
Picture it, Conrad. Ah, here she is. The lady of this Conrad. May I introduce...
A pleasure, my lady.
As I told you,
Victor says that there aren't any men left to hire.
True as the crystals cracked. Nobles came and claimed every last one. You know of the 7 high houses. There must be 2. Granted, we have a few boys left.
Well, Conrad, are you saying that Dalamul's finest cannot defend that a band of beardless youths could better?
Absolutely not. We'll show those bastards who they're dealing with.
I can't believe that, actually.
Conrad's not what you call... And there's a reason why I had you do the talking.
My shop?
If I had my pickaxe, I would...
I mean, it may still be possible to buy something. Ah, here it. Natalie, allow me to introduce...
Underhill.
I was just telling the good lady of our conversation.
Lubor says that not only are the granaries...
Indeed, certainly, that is. The nobles in the capital are buying up the city's stocks of, but it is only a matter of time before the peasant...
It is worse than I thought. And while I applaud your endeavors to dissuade, which means that now, more than if our humble town is to endure not only this...
All right. But you needn't have gone through this show.
Thank you.
She saw right through it.
I didn't say it was good. Merely, now, my scouts should be returning shortly. Meet.
I'm not convinced our roles in this ruse were entirely necessary.
I don't know. Conrad seemed quite taken with you.
Mummy, I'm scared.
Oh, I'm ruined.
Good news. Both Conrad and Natalie have some with time.
Time no longer appears.
I take it your scouts...
Technically, it would be the bandits who found all...
You're not sick.
They don't just want food, they want...
I have a favor to... I'm told the bandits march in 2 groups. One from the...
Very well. Jill and I...
The rest, my friend, stakes I concede are high.
That is a lot of faith to put in.
Then it will be for us to...
I thought you might say that.
We'll hold them off for as long as...
And we will do the...
The women folk have come to welcome us.
I'll take that one.
He's all yours.
They mean to overwhelm us.
wins!
The townspeople.
I don't hear any fight.
That we should hurry.
Natalie, you did well out there. The inn would have been lost.
Without you, there would have been no land. You saved us, Conrad.
We all saved them.
Conrad seems to have had it.
I'd say they both.
I take it from your presence.
The plan worked. Granted, it only took an army of blood.
Come now, Victor. Why? We are united. As for you, Sid, you fight.
I'll take that as... Our friends seem to have things under control.
Did you see that? Tell me you saw that.
Was wondering when you had ours from all our friends. How is it you always manage to arrive?
Luck, I suppose. Any word on the rest of...
Let's see. The nations are still in chaos.
Right.
Clive, we knew this now's the time to visit the infirmary. Tyre says your brother's awake.
Thank you, Otto.
So it was not Sylvester, but Olivier who served as Ultima's puppet. And when Dion learned of this, he sought to slay the fiend. Only for his father to take the spear that would have freed him. Enough to drive a man to madness.
Small wonder he hasn't stirred. I would be afraid to wake.
Had I but reached out to him sooner, warned him of the threat Ultima posed. But now, both an empire and her prince lie broken.
Joshua, what do you know of Ultima?
Very little, I'm afraid. Despite my best efforts. 18 years ago, as I lay buried beneath the rubble of Phoenix Gate, 'twas not death who came for me, but another. And it was while in my rescuer's care, I first heard of Ultima. I've been chasing his shadow ever since. Ultima is driven by some deep, dark purpose, and for whatever reason, it would seem you are crucial to his designs. He will stop at nothing to have you, even if that means toppling an empire.
But why me? What possible use could I be to such a creature?
That is one of many answers that have eluded me. Yet, I am certain of this. It is not mere chance. You were chosen for a reason. All dominants carry within them the might of an icon. Nigh limitless power that is at once acutely limited. I wield fire, and only fire.
And I only ice. 8 wardens for 8 elements. But you, Clive.
You are different. You're special. Your abilities begin with the flames of Ifrit, but they do not end there. The fact Ifrit can even exist goes against everything we thought we knew of dominance. Perhaps Ultima has been waiting for one such as you, whose potential is truly limitless.
I've encountered that thing several times now. If it or he, as you say, needs me, why hasn't he claimed me as he did the boy?
Were I to hazard a guess, I'd say the two of you are somehow incompatible. His mind not properly attuned to your body.
His mind?
Mind, awareness, spirit, call it what you wish. But I believe Ultima to be an embodiment of the concept. This is why I struggle and fail to contain him here inside me.
I'm sorry. Inside you?
With every setting sun, I feel my strength wane. And though the Phoenix's flames mend the prison I have made for Ultima, they do so at a cost. We must find a means to bring an end to him before I meet my own.
What were you thinking?
It was that or let him take Clive. And I've always had a soft spot for my brother.
But that doesn't mean you should sacrifice yourself to save me.
Joshua. Clive, it's Gav. There's an army of Akashic at the gates of Canver.
Well, what's the short of it?
I thought Ty had told you. The capital of the Free Cities is under siege by an army of monstrosities. The city guard are doing their best to stem the tide, but numbers ain't on their side.
What of Lord Byron and Mid? Were they able to escape?
No, but they're all right for now. They're hiding with Gav at midship.
We have to get them out of there.
And we shall. Otto, prepare a Stolas. Tell Gav to stay exactly where he is.
Understood.
Vivian, what's the swiftest route to the Free Cities?
That sounds like a question for the map. Look here. This road, through Tabor, should provide the least trouble.
Good.
What a coincidence. Tabor is exactly where I'm bound.
Joshua, bed is where you should be bound.
You don't think I told him the exact same thing?
Were Tyre not such a talented healer, I would surely have been inclined to agree. But, thanks to her ministrations, I feel I may safely rejoin my attendant, who was to wait for me in Tabor if we became separated.
All right, we travel together.
Clive.
If he stays close to me, he'll be fine.
Thank you, brother.
I'll look after him.
It's like a dream. The four of us out walking like we used to.
Enjoying this, are you? Gav and the others could be in danger as we speak.
You're right. I'm sorry. Yote is a fine scout. If Candor was attacked, she will already have begun gathering information.
Tabor isn't far. We should pick up the pace.
We can use the ruins to cross the ravine.
Assuming they would allow it. The Echoes have a will of their own.
Tell us about Yote, Joshua.
She's strong-willed, loyal, and deadly with a blade. Much like Clive, but with better manners.
Very well. Another ether flood. They're everywhere now.
We can't go around it.
Then we'll just have to be careful.
Have you been to Tabor before?
There are a few places I haven't.
Where now, Joshua?
There is a residence just inside the city gates. She awaits us within.
My Lord Marquis, it is an honor. I am Yote, Knight of the Undying, charged with the protection of His Grace Joshua Rosfield, Keeper of the Flame of the Phoenix.
Of course. It all makes sense now.
Would you care to elaborate?
The Undying are loyal servants to the ducal throne. Or more specifically, to its heir. They have served our family for generations, albeit from the shadows.
Since their inception, they have been tasked with the preservation and enactment of the rites of ancestral communion. After the events at Phoenix Gate, it was the Undying who delivered me to safety. And since the day I left Rosaria, Yote has been my constant companion and protector. Without her sword, I would not have survived my journey across the realm.
Rise, Lady Yote. You saved my brother. I owe you a debt I can never repay.
I but did my duty.
Come now. Tell us what you've discovered.
Your Grace. It is as you feared. The vessel we spied off the coast of the Crystalline Dominion on the night of her fall. It was the Einherjar. Beyond any doubt.
The Black Galleon.
Joshua, the Einherjar is the Royalists' flagship. What business would they have in the Dominion?
Upon learning of Waloed's involvement in recent events at Drake's Fang, I sensed the malign influence of Ultima, and bid Yotei and the Undying look into the matter.
We have reason to believe that the Black Galleon weighed anchor shortly after the fighting began, and set a course due south.
For Canva. Then it is Waloeda Knights who besiege the cities.
What is left of them, yes. And the Black Galleon sails up at one man's behest. Barnabas Tharm.
But are we truly safe here in the Agora?
The city guard have been paid, if that's what you're implying.
All the more reason for them to run.
Well, you are free to leave, Lord Minister.
Markets abandoned, warehouses aflame, blackened hulls choking every port in the capital. Canva is ruined.
The realm teeters on the brink of chaos, and all you can think about is commerce!
Forgive us. We were not aware Dhalmekia now subsisted on charity.
How dare you?
Distinguished members of the Council, you must forgive His Majesty this intrusion.
What is the meaning of this?
A trifle crowded, but I fear it will have to serve, my liege.
Very well.
My colleagues, do you not see? The King! He has come to save us from the Akashic! He is a gift from the heavens, divine intervention, our very salvation.
And of course, if it is compensation he requires, we would be most willing to negotiate a fair price for services rendered.
Fools! Your ignorance unbecomes you.
Your Majesty, correct me if I'm wrong, but I would swear that the fiends washing the cobbles of Canva with the blood of her citizens wear the colors of Waloed. Ha! So you do not deny it. Guards, fetter them, and see our guests to the dungeons!
Enough. Pathetic creatures. That you should imagine yourselves worthy of salvation. The girl is still here, somewhere in the city, her consciousness fair dripping with her late father's hubris. A consciousness to which Mythos is inextricably bound and inexorably drawn. See that he is made welcome.
Yes, Your Majesty.
Come, Mythos. Surely the prince's light cannot have sated you.
So then, how long has Waloed been under Ultima's control?
How long indeed? Based on what we know of Barnabas's actions, I would guess some few years, mayhap more.
But to what end? What does Ultima want?
The tapestry. Show them.
By the flames.
Phoenix Gate, Drake's Breath, and now here. But what is it?
It is old, ancient, even. Naught remains of the faith it represents, save what can be gleaned from the image itself. None could tell me what the one in the apothecary meant, even the Undying. But I believe it may be the key to discerning Ultima's purpose. That figure in the center, the one beneath whom the icons congregate, that I believe to be Ultima. He is a god, or at least godlike. His very existence beyond our ken. The icons, and by extension their dominance, are meant to be his subjects, and while some, like Barnabas, have accepted this role, others have rejected it. Like you, Clive, which is rather inconvenient, as it appears he needs you most of all. And gods don't like to be disobeyed.
No, I don't suppose they do.
Clive, may I tell Yotei of the lake?
By all means.
Yotei, I will be accompanying my brother to the Free Cities. Whilst we are afield, I would have you watch over those Clive has made his wards. Omielos delan tuisag ilith. Though well concealed, the hideaway lacks trained fighters to defend its occupants should they be discovered.
But it is my duty to...
As it has ever been my brother's duty, remember.
If that is your wish, Your Grace. But please be safe. If aught were to befall you,
You have my word.
Farewell, my lord, my lady.
We are in your debt, Yotei.
Let's find our friends.
It's plain she cares for you very deeply.
And I her, which is why I had to let her go.
Opportunity beckons. Who among you is bold enough to heed?
Cyril. How fares the search?
Well, Your Grace, my report shall be with you ere long.
Ah, yes. Yotei is otherwise engaged, at my behest.
And the duty of wardenship?
Fulfilled. For as you see, I've been reunited with my first shield.
I am Cyril, Knight of the Undying and bearer of the Burning Quill, charged with chronicling the mortal deeds of His Grace, Joshua Rosfield, keeper of the Flame of the Phoenix and rightful Archduke of Rosaria.
I entrusted Cyril here with overseeing the investigation into Ultima's origins. Findings from his brothers and sisters afield are delivered here to be collated and catalogued.
Just how many Undying are there?
Not nearly enough, milady. Yet we are glad to give our all in service to the Phoenix. Such is, and has ever been, our creed.
I see.
You have your associates, I have mine. But you may now think of them as ours. That won't be a problem, will it?
The Phoenix is our sun, and we but the shadows that quicken in his radiance. It is from the darkness that we serve, both him and now you. Pray accept this token. For as long as you bear it, members of our order will reveal themselves unto you. If there is nothing further.
No. You are dismissed.
Your Grace.
To Canva, then.
We'll talk about this later. Cyril seemed very, You certainly keep strange bedfellows, Joshua.
The free cities under siege?
Then let us be rid of them.
Soil and stone!
This might take a while.
Clive. Smoke.
Is the city fallen?
The free men are still holding their own, then.
Do we have any idea where Gav and the others might be?
There's a warehouse near the docks where we agreed to meet if there was any trouble. We should hurry.
will it be today? Allow me to educate you. Study it well, Clive. Very good.